I was, trying to figure out, um, how to make cold calls. I was, buying internet leads, and I was doing just about everything. I was going prospecting at apartment buildings and car dealerships, and part of BNI and the Rotary Club and the Chamber, and just about everything you can imagine in terms of trying to figure out how to find the next deal that I was going to sell. And I realized really quickly that I was in for a long road ahead of me if I didn't figure out something quickly. And right about that time in 2012, that's when, for those of you who, little history lesson on Facebook, 2012 was when ads first started on Facebook, when you're able to first start boosting posts and targeting the Facebook user population and run traffic to different ads and things like that. So although we've only been around for going on 4 years now, it's that's how old Facebook is in terms of being able to use it as an advertiser. So as soon as you were able to start boosting posts, and I don't know how many of you guys remember the days you could actually boost the post. I think it was like $4.99 from your personal page, in addition to using the business page. So I was kind of playing with both of those things. They quickly got rid of the boosting your personal page post and moved the paid platform to business pages only. So that's a little bit of background on me and why Mike Rowland probably set this up was because I know a thing or two about social media and lead generation when it comes to the insurance world. And so I want to give you guys some strategies there. And listen, this is a live deal. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to post it in the question box there, and I'll try to moderate those in real time as they come through. But then we'll have some open dialogue here at the end for you guys for some Q&A over anything that we talk about today. There are a couple of audio issues that I've been dealing with. I'm trying to record this. I'm hoping the quality is going to be good in terms of audio. It gave me an audio quality error, so that's why I was hoping you guys. Everybody said they can hear me, so I'm hoping that it's going to record and cooperate with us. Such is the beauty of technology. It never seems to work when you need it to. All right, so I'm going to switch my screen over here. Quick plug, a little shameless self-promotion here. Surefire Insurance Leads is our exclusive lead program. So those of you who are purchasing internet leads and you're tired of getting burned by internet lead companies, I want to invite you to take a serious look at surefireinsuраncelead.com, and I'll put that address there in the chat bar. Man, we've got a 100% guarantee on these deals. You're not going to find that anywhere else. So invite you guys to look at that. If you're purchasing internet leads and you'd like to get a better quality lead, then check us out at surefireinsuраncelead.com. All right, so let's move over to Facebook. And so I don't know if you guys were hoping for a PowerPoint presentation, but that's just not my style. So we're going to talk about a couple things here. What we're going to talk about today is EdgeRank. We're going to talk about, we're going to give you some strategies on your personal page of what you can do to leverage your personal page to build centers of influence, and how you can organize those contacts in your personal page and use it to keep top of mind brand awareness in front of mortgage lenders and realtors. We're going to talk a little bit about Facebook groups and how to leverage Facebook groups. I'm going to share some examples with you guys that some of our clients are doing to leverage groups to generate leads. And then we're going to actually talk about Facebook lead generation for mortgage lenders and realtor partners, because at the end of the day, guys, that's what they're really looking for. We're all after the same types of referral relationships, and every single insurance agent that is in your market is after the same people you're after. So the question then becomes, what are you going to do to separate yourself? Because your stress balls and koozies and your song and dance about your replacement cost policy and the business cards that you leave on their desk every Friday when you go out and market to them is not of any value to them, and that does not separate you in front of anybody, from anybody else that's going to come in behind you with their stress balls and their koozies and pins and their replacement cost policy and they're song and dance and dog and pony about the best price, best quality, best service in the area, and the fact that they'll answer their phone quickly, yada, yada, yada. You guys all know the song and dance. You probably have participated in the song and dance a time or two yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to stop with that song and dance and start actually bringing some real value to these relationships. So first things first is I want to talk to you guys quickly about EdgeRank, because, guys, this is like probably the most fundamental, important piece that you have to know. EdgeRank is it's the algorithm that Facebook uses to determine the news feed, what's going on here. Everybody has every post gets an EdgeRank score, and every profile has an EdgeRank score. And there's a link that I'll post to you guys to actually check your EdgeRank on your business page so you can see how you're doing. But one of the easiest ways to determine whether your EdgeRank is good or not good, or how well you're doing, is based on the level of engagement that you're getting on your post, right? So this is our timeline, right? And then when we go to home, this is our news feed, okay? So your EdgeRank determines where you're at in the news feed, okay? What you have to understand here is there's a couple components that make up EdgeRank, and I'll actually, for those of you that registered, I've got your email address. I'm going to send you out an EdgeRank presentation that's going to go in depth with what EdgeRank is and some of the best practices on how to increase your EdgeRank. But I think for the purposes here, we've got 4 topics to cover, and we've only got 45 minutes to do it, and that way I can open you guys up for some Q&A. So I'm not going to dive as deep as I'd like to, but I want to give you guys good understanding and give you some real-world examples of how this works, and then I'll send you the presentation afterwards. And if you're watching the replay here and you don't have the presentation, you can just drop me an email at Sean, S-E-A-N, at sellingwithsean.com. In the subject line, put presentation, and I will get that out to you right away. So a couple things that affect EdgeRank is time decay, weight, affinity, and time decay is what happens. Like, the longer a post sits there, the more time decay affects a post. So when you put something out on your Facebook page, you have to really think about how you're posting, and this is particularly important on your business page, is are you talking to your audience or are you talking with your audience? Because as soon as you post, you've got about 90 seconds to get some sort of engagement right out of the gate. You've got to get somebody to like, comment, or share on that post right away, because after 90 seconds, time decay starts really affecting your post and its placement in the newsfeed. So Facebook's job is to put the most interesting comments, if you will, the most interesting updates in your newsfeed. So what they do is they use this algorithm to determine what does Sean want to see in his newsfeed, and they determine that based on, well, who is Sean engaging with, right? How many people are engaging with him? Who has he recently engaged with? And of those people, which of those posts seem to be most interesting within their group of people, right? So it's kind of complex, and actually nobody actually knows the actual algorithm. It's like that's their secret sauce. So you're never going to fully understand exactly what component of EdgeRank has which effect or how much effect, other than just testing different things and seeing. So you want to always be conversational on your pages. In order to get people to engage, you need to talk with them, not talk to them. So invite conversation. Start looking at your timeline and look and ask yourself, am I inviting conversation with people, or am I just talking on a soapbox and talking at people? And if you'll start really thinking about being more inviting more engagement into your post, you're going to see your EdgeRank go up. Now, why is this important? Well, because the whole goal of any advertising campaign is to do what? You want to create top-of-mind brand awareness. You want people to see your name. You want them to know who you are. At the end of the day, you're not going to get a referral from anybody that doesn't first know you, like you, and trust you. Those 3 things have to be in place if you're ever going to get a referral from anybody. Well, the great thing about social media here is that we're able to we're able to foster dozens and dozens, even hundreds of relationships without ever actually seeing anybody. So what we want to do when we meet these realtors is we want to connect with them, get them to be friends with us on our page so that we can then begin getting them sucked into what I call our referral funnel. We want to have, my goal as an insurance agent is I want my name associated with insurance in front of as many people as possible. So for me, I've got hovers around 5,000 friends and 2,500 followers. So about 7,500 people, give or take, at any one time. And I want as many of these 7,500 people to see my name in their newsfeed every time they log on. So the way that happens is by getting people to engage with your posts, and then you, in turn, engaging with other people. It can't be a one-sided thing. You can't just always have people, expect people to like and comment on your post if you're not doing the same thing. I'm going to share a couple of tips and tricks with you to help you with this and kind of help manipulate your edge rank and kind of give you a boost that a lot of other people aren't doing and don't know. And it's just going to help you be more purposeful about everything that you're doing. So the goal is, right, we want to get as many realtors and lenders that we can on our page, whether we meet them at a networking event. One of the things that I did is I never passed out a business card. I always said, hey, if we're here, let's pop open our phone and let me send you a friend request, right? Like, I don't want to give you a business card because I'm just going to get tossed to the side. But if I can get you to let me send you a friend request and we can join on Facebook, now I've got you. Now I'm going to start working on you. I'm going to start posting. And the great thing is that I don't always have to be posting about insurance. In fact, I may only want 10 or 20% of my posts to ever be about insurance. The goal is, on my personal page, is that I want to build that relationship. I want to get them to understand who Sean Mathis is, what my agency is all about. And I want to start sharing my success. I want to start showing them that I'm the top agent in the area. I'm the only person they need to consider for insurance. And one of the great things about social media and about having a good, solid edge rank and about staying in front of people in the newsfeed is that by default, you're going to get referrals from people because you're the only insurance agent they can think of, right? When a realtor is doing a deal with a buyer, you may not even have a great relationship with them, but nobody wants to be asked for a referral and not have one to give. As a professional, if I'm a real estate agent and somebody says, hey, do you know a good insurance agent? I don't want to give them a deer in the headlight look and say, no, right? Like, what kind of a professional would I be if I don't even know anybody in the industry that can help insure the home I'm about to sell you, right? So by default, if you're the one person that they always see in their newsfeed, then they're going to say, yeah, I know a guy, Sean, I'll get you his information. And guess what? They're going to drop me a message and say, hey, I've got a buyer that's buying a home. They need some home insurance. Can I get you to give them a quote? That stuff happens all the time. So you're going to have your closest referrals that you're actually visiting with, maybe generating leads for. Maybe you guys are partnering up on some campaigns. But just by default, by doing some of these things, you're going to get people that are just going to message you, and you don't even remember meeting them 6 months ago at the chamber event. But they remember you because you're always present in this newsfeed. So one of the things that you have to understand is this newsfeed, how this newsfeed is organized. It's organized by top stories. Everybody's is organized this way. And again, top stories is different for everybody. So my top stories are going to be different than somebody else's top stories, because this is like who Facebook thinks I want to see. Who are the top stories for me? Not necessarily what happened most recently, because as you can see, this post here happened 2 hours ago. That's certainly not the last thing anybody posts out of the 7,500 people I'm connected with. It's just the first thing that's most interesting in terms of Facebook, why they think for some reason that's what's most interesting to me. Here you can see a sponsored ad. Just a real quick tidbit, since this is here, is kind of off topic. You ever see these sponsored ads? These are ads that people are running, and you have been targeted by them. So one of the things that a lot of people want to know is, well, like, why is this in my newsfeed? And if you ever want to see if you ever see another realtor or an insurance agent or an insurance ad come through your newsfeed, and you want to see what they're doing to target you, You just click on this little button over here, and you say, why am I seeing this ad? And it will show you what targeting they're using. So Mike Dillard is actually targeting people who follow Ryan Dias, who is the CEO of Digital Marketer. And he also used some of these other targeting measures that people who are 18 or older who live in the United States. So he's doing a nationwide campaign targeting people 18 or older who follow this guy. Right? So kind of some interesting stuff. So if you ever see like a Farmers or State Farm or Allstate ad, you say, well, what is corporate targeting? Like who are they targeting? And you can just open that up and see what they're doing to target people. So that's a little tidbit, kind of off topic, but some really cool stuff. Sean Whalen, he's a good friend of mine. Another off-topic thing, sorry. Follow this guy. I really like Sean Whalen. He's a good friend of mine. He's got a really good success story, and actually, this will tie in. You want to see what the effect of EdgeRank has when you understand how to do this thing. So I met Sean in a mastermind that we did for male entrepreneurs. It's called the Wake Up Warrior Program. A little plug for Garrett J. White. Look him up if you're a male entrepreneur. Highly, highly recommend Warrior Week. Phenomenal program. That's where I met Sean Whalen. Look at the number of followers that this guy has. 243,000 followers, almost 250,000 followers on his personal page. None of this happened from ads, right? You cannot run a paid campaign from a personal page. He got 250,000 people following him. Why? Because he understood how to leverage EdgeRank on his personal page. So now look at his post that he puts out. 3,200 likes, 64 shares, an untold number of comments. I mean, so many, it doesn't even say how many, hundreds of comments, I'm sure. But everything he puts out, hundreds and hundreds of likes, 9,000 views on a video. And this is all happening organically with nothing paid. And I could actually take you all the way back to show you the exact post that made this happen. So this guy has built an entire brand. Lions Not Sheep did not exist before this happened. He built this because he had this. And now he has monetized this following with this brand and makes millions of dollars. So this concept of EdgeRank is very, very real. And he is a prime example. I'm glad he showed up in my newsfeed. He's a prime example of what happens when you can really get your post to go viral and you can start posting in a more interesting way. So you got your most recent. So this is going to show you the people that you've engaged with most and who have engaged with you most. Okay. What you want to do is you want to go to most recent. Okay. Now this is a more real-time depiction of what's going on in your news feed rather than top stories. So this is just now. You'll see a bunch of just now. So what you want to do is you want to start engaging with people. You do what I call the 15 by 15. You want to go and like and engage with people who are part of your friends list that you may not have seen in a while. So you might have 5,000 friends, but you don't see all 5,000 people. There may be people who you haven't seen anything from in a while, and you have to go to their page and say, "Oh, I wonder what's up. Wonder what's going on with Matthew." And the way that you can do that is just go to newsfeed and you start liking stuff from people who you may not have been in touch with for quite a while. And what's going to happen is you're going to then show up on their radar as engaging with their post, and then they're going to say, "Oh yeah, I wonder what's going on with Sean. Let me go check him out." And then they're going to go to your page, and they're probably going to like some stuff, and then you're going to start sealing what I call affinity. So they're liking your stuff, you're liking their stuff, and then Facebook all of a sudden says, well, hey, these people are engaging. They obviously want to see what's going on with each other's posts. The next time that Sean posts something, I'm going to make sure that Neil sees that. The next time Neil posts something, I want to make sure Sean sees that. So the first thing that you can do is you can go out and start engaging with people and engaging with different people all the time, because if you're always in your top stories and you're just engaging with the people that are in your top stories, well, you're only going to compound the issue of continuing to see more of the same. So you want to really change up who sees what you post and whose stuff you're seeing as you go and you start engaging with new people on a daily basis. Engage with 15 new people for 15 minutes every day. Do 15 likes, 15 comments, and then send 5 personal messages. Right, so you might see something of somebody who posted something about maybe their son won a soccer game, and you go and you say, hey, I saw that Daniel won his soccer game. Tell him Sean said congratulations. Just something nice like that. Doesn't have to be insurance related. But you engage, you like 15 posts, you comment on 15 posts, and you message 5 people directly. If you will do that every day for 30 days, you will notice all of your posts start getting a lot more engagement. Instead of having 3 or 4 likes on a post, you start seeing 50 and 60 likes on a post. You start showing up in more people's newsfeed. You start getting people when you go out to events. They start telling you like, oh man, yeah, I see you all the time on Facebook. And so you'll notice like most of the stuff on my personal page doesn't have anything to do with business. It's more about what's going on with me, what's going on with with my family, with my kids, and then I'll pepper in some business stuff here, right? And so you can see what I'll do is I'll do something personal. I'll get my engagement up, and then I'll post something about my business and keep my business name in front of people, right? So that's kind of a strategy that I use. That you can see like this is a prime example. Like how do you get rid of this callus? Did I really need to know how to do this? No, but I knew it would get me a lot of this, right? I knew a lot of people would engage on this, so I wanted to invite a whole lot of conversation, right? So it didn't have anything really to do with needing advice, but it was more about what can I do to posting to get people to engage. One of the best things you can do is ask questions. So when you look at say from an insurance perspective, you want to know how to get people engaged with you about your company. Why don't you pose a question? Put a video up today and ask those that are connected to you why they do business where they do when it comes to insurance. Like, why did they pick the agent that they picked? Is it because of price? Is it because it was convenient? Is it because of a referral? And you just ask that question, and you'll get a bunch of people who will tell you, invite you to quote their business, because they're like, oh yeah, man, I don't even know why I'm at Geico, Sean, but I know that you sell insurance. I'd like to talk with you about that. But you start getting a lot of people that will engage on your post if you'll just post in a more inviting way. So that's some strategies on EdgeRank and some understanding of how to get your posts seen by more people more often. I'm going to switch over to the business page really quick, and then we're going to move on to the next topic here. So look at I lost my other page. I had a Selling with Sean page. I had a whole bunch of followers, and so I had to start this up a couple months ago from scratch, right? So that really sucked. But I'm going to show you some strategies that I've done to that I would encourage you to use to build up your following. So, my core audience here that I'm looking for on my business page are entrepreneurs, people who are interested in business and things like that. And so what I'll do is I will post only once in a while about my personal life on this page, and then I'll post 75%, 80% of the time will be business. So you still want to pepper in some personal stuff on your business page, but most of it focused around business. On the personal side, you want to do exactly the opposite. Most of it you want to do on the personal side, and just pepper in some business. So what I'll do is I'll post something motivational here because I know that's the type of stuff that my audience likes, and then I'll boost it. Like, I'll spend $5 to boost this post, right? And you can see 5,300 people saw it and 306 people liked it. Now what I can do with these likes is I can go in here and I can invite these people now to like my page, right? Hey, you like this post, now like this page. And this is an awesome way to get a bunch of likes for just a few dollars. If you boost your page to get people to follow you, it's not going to happen. But if you put something interesting out there and you boost that and you get a bunch of people to like that post, start small. Invite them to like your post, and then you get them in to invite you to like get them to like your page. So this is a cool strategy that I like to use to get a bunch of what I call free followers. Not really free because I spent $5 boosting it, but I promise you, when you boost your page to promote it for likes, then you're going to pay on average about $1 to $1.50 per like. It gets really expensive. Here I spent $5 and then it will let me invite, and I'll just keep inviting until it maxes me out. Probably let you do about 100 invites off of a post, and then it'll say, hey, you've sent the maximum number of invites out that you can, and it won't let you for another 24 hours. But then in 24 hours, I can come back and do the same thing and just keep doing that over and over and over again. And I'll probably get, 30 or 40 people off of one post to like my page, right? And so you'll notice I did this again here, with this one. Another post, business related, motivational, go in here and, hey, you like my page? Hey, you love this post? Well, then you'll like my page, and I'll give you more of that, right? So start out with the people who love it, and then move to those that like it. So just a little quick strategy on your business page on how to get targeted followers without spending a ton of money to do it. And then, your edge rank here, it's really tough. Only about 2% of your people that follow your page are ever going to see your posts here. So almost always plan to boost your posts on your business page. If you're going to use your business page, plan to put money behind it. That's why I love the personal page, because you can get up to 6% of people on average are going to see what you post on your personal page. If you use the 15 by 15 and you build your edge rank, I'd say probably about 10%, maybe 15% of my audience sees what I post rather than 3 to 6% on average. And then here, only 1 to 2% are going to see, unless you boost. That's just the name of the game on Facebook. They suppress those business pages. They want you to spend money. It's a business page. They know you're using it to get business, so they want you to pay to play. That's just the name of how the Facebook algorithm works. But as long as you're willing to do that, you can really build that page up. Like I said, the page I had before this had about 9,000 fans, and I got a ton of engagement off of that thing. But I had a little qualm with Facebook, and they shut that page down. So anyway, that's edge rank. If you have any questions on that, feel free to post it, and I will make sure that I answer those. But what I want you to do is, as you're going through and you're starting to connect with real estate agents, a couple things that you can do is you can say real estate Dallas. So I can search posts, things that people have posted about real estate in Dallas, to see what's going on, to connect with people. Like, here's a guy, I don't know that I guess I am connected with him. So you can find new people, right, that are posting about real estate in Dallas. And then what you can do is you can organize these folks into specific categories. So what I can do here is I can go to Dustin, and I can click over here, and I can add Dustin to a list. So I've got him on acquaintances, but I can add him to another list. And so I can add him to, say, real estate agents, right? I can add them to that list, and I can go back here to my real estate Dallas, to people. There's some people that I can add, right? I can go to post. See Brandy, let's go to her. Let's add her to a list. We'll add her to real estate. Okay, so you can create these lists, right? If you go here and you go to add a list and you don't have any list built, you can just create a list right now, and I can add a new list, right? Okay, so then what you do is you go to your home page, and you go to it'll say friends, so you find your friends list. Here we go. Okay, now I can go here to my list of people where I organize all my people, and I can say real estate agents. Now what you've done, if you want to do your 15 by 15 more targeted, and you want to just do that 15 by 15 to engage with people who mean the most, which would be your real estate agents or your loan officers, now I've got a customized newsfeed of just the people who are on this list. So I can filter out all the noise of these 7,500 people and just see the real estate agents that are on this list. Now I can go and hit my 15 by 15 with these people and make sure that I'm engaging with them at all times. Right? I can just stay in front of these people. And this is going to ensure that I'm always connecting with them. They're always getting notifications. They're always remembering my name. because it's always there. They always see me, and they don't know how in the world I'm always in their newsfeed. But I know exactly why I'm in their newsfeed, because I'm always engaging with them, and subsequently causes them to engage with me as well. So, a couple tips and tricks there. Looks like we've got a question in. Let's see, who is that? Okay, cool. Just a comment there. Awesome. All right, so that's some tips and tricks on EdgeRank and how to organize your contacts and how that works out with EdgeRank. Some of the other things that you can do here, let's talk about Facebook groups. Okay, so we talked about doing like a real estate search, right? And one of the things that we can do is we can do groups. We can go to groups, see what are the real estate groups in Dallas, right? And these are all the different real estate groups in Dallas. So there's a lot of them, right? So I could, if you're in a smaller town, this works out a lot better for you, because there probably isn't a real estate group for you. Like they don't have one, right? If you're in like Nowheresville, Mississippi, they might not even have a group of realtors. And so why is this group of realtors important? Well, what you can do here is you can create a group like this, and this is actually one of my clients' pages, groups. So California Realtors United, this is a group. You can see the descriptions, dedicated to helping everyone succeed. They can put private listings. They can showcase their public listings. So they can do off-market deals. They can, search buyer needs. They can search seller needs. They can share open house stuff, like anything that they need. Like a real estate agent's #1 priority is not to find a buyer for their listing, but to get it in front of other realtors, because that's who has the buyer for their listing. So what better way to do that than if you can create a private group of realtors? And most of you came to this page because you're in a private group of insurance agents. The same thing works for real estate agents. And guess what? The guy that owns this page is a farmer's agent. He's not a realtor at all. But now he's got access to 920 realtors in Southern California. And then he created a page to go along with it. Doesn't look like he's used the page a whole lot, but the idea behind that is to create a page that goes with the group, and then you can feature these agents' listings for them on your page, and you can promote their open house, you can promote their listing that came up. But now you're not going to do that for everybody, but here's what you do is you say, hey, if you want me to promote your listing on our page for free, you just fill out this form and give me the information on the listing, and then we will take the information on that form and we'll post it. But guess what? Before you actually post that, you think you're just going to do it for free? Wrong. You're going to give them a call, and you're going to say, hey, Mike, I see that you got a new listing here in Southern California. That's awesome, man. I just wanted to talk to you about that. My name is Sean, and I'm the administrator for the group and for SoCal Real Estate page, and I want to help you promote this page. You got a couple minutes to talk with me? Mike's going to say, well, sure. How's it going? Going great. Hey, so how did you get this listing? Is it a friend or family? Like, just start the conversation, and kind of ask them a little bit. Well, what are you doing currently to market this property? Like, I know that you put it in the group here, and we're going to boost this to some people in the area. What else are you doing to promote your listings? And kind of find out what he's doing marketing-wise. Okay, awesome. Are you working with any particular lenders? Yeah, I work with so-and-so. Well, Mike, I'd really love to meet him because I think he and I can partner up together and really help you market your other listings. Would that be something that we might be able to do? Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. This guy is not going to tell you no. Why? Because he's asked you to promote his listings. He's either a dumbass or an asshole if he tells you, no, I don't want to talk to you. You can't meet my realtor, or you can't meet my lender, and I really don't want anything to do with you. Just promote my listing for free. Like, who's going to do that? It's not going to happen, right? So you can use this group as huge leverage. And here's something that's coming down the pipe that a lot of people don't even know. People that own groups, right? People that own groups you're going to be able to have these as custom audiences to run paid ads to. So I'll give you a quick example. Insurance Hustle is a group that I run for insurance agents. Okay, 1,700 people in it. Got some dialogue going. Create a little group for it, whatever, a little image for it. But here's what's going to happen when they start. They're testing it in some other countries, but when they start allowing page admins to use their members as custom audiences, what that means now is I can run ads to show up specifically to these people. So remember in our newsfeed when we said, hey, why am I seeing this ad, right? Why am I seeing this? What it'll say here is the reason you're seeing this ad is because you're a member of Insurance Hustle. That's powerful, man. That is some really powerful stuff. So if you can start a real estate group, or you can work your way into an admin spot of an existing real estate group, that's going to come out probably in Q3 of this year. You're going to have a custom audience to run your ads to stay in front of all of these realtors all the time and build that top of mind brand awareness. But now think about that. How else now can you use groups to then build value to your real estate partners? Well, here's a way. What if we created a group, or let's say commercial. Let's say commercial real quick. A lot of people like commercial. I know this doesn't have to do with real estate referrals, but I want to show you this. This is really cool. Okay, so KC Metro Advertising. This is the client of mine, Paul Dykes. 1,800 people in this group. These are all business owners in the Kansas City metro area. So one of the things that's kind of taboo in a lot of groups is marketing. Like they don't want you to advertise and market your services in their group and it just be a spam. They want it to be like this close-knit group of just dialogue and just, you know, networking, but don't just spam it with advertising, right? Well, so what Paul did was he said, well, I want to create a group where it's okay for business owners to promote their business. Like, I want you to promote yourself here. Tell us about what you have going on. Tell us if you're hiring. Tell us if you just added a new person to your team. Tell us if you got a grand opening going on, if you're running a sale or whatever the case may be. Like, tell us about that. Now, here's the deal. Paul, when he's the admin of 1,800 business owners in his area. So guess what? He can just click on over here and he can start up dialogue and he can say, hey, it looks like you own an inspection company. Well, guess what? I might want to talk to Corey and say, hey, Corey, I'm an insurance agent here in the area. I noticed that you're part of my group of the Kansas City metro area and you're an inspector in the area. Hey, I'd like to have lunch with you and find out what realtors you're working with. Boom. You just found a way to get yourself into a bunch of realtors. You can also say, hey, I see that Salvador is an insurance agent. Let's get him the hell out of this group. So like you have complete control when you use groups. But another thing that you can do is a lot of real estate agents they do what they call canvas marketing. They'll pick a subdivision or they'll pick out a zip code and they'll send mailers to those zip codes, right? They'll send mailers to the people of that community because they want to be the go-to agent for that community. It's like they've got the houses there that they want to list, and so they keep mailing them stuff. Well, why not put a 21st century spin on that? And why not start a neighborhood group? So Villages of Woodlake is an area that I used to live in, and you can create a Villages of Woodlake neighborhood group, right? And here you can ask, you can see what's going on in the group. You can, see block parties. You can see what's going on in the Villages of Woodlake community. You can post your garage sale, items for sale, I lost my dog, whatever the case is. But guess what? You run this and you tag team with a realtor. Now look, hey, you want to be the go-to for the Village of the Woodlake neighborhood? Here's 178 residences right here that you can now send a friend request to. You can connect with them. And guess what? Every time you post in this group, what happens? What happens when you post in a group? Boom, you get a notification. Like, this is a group that I have. Townsend just posted in this group, right? So I get a notification. You want to be a realtor and you want to build top-of-mind brand awareness for a specific community? Post in the group. Every month or every week you can post a real estate update of what's going on with the Villages of Woodlake. What homes are for sale, what homes sold for, which homes are off the market, And you think your neighbors don't, you think the neighbors don't want to know how much the house down the street sold for? Of course they do. They're freaking nosy. If you do an open house, brand new in a neighborhood, most of the visitors that are going to come through are going to be nosy neighbors wanting to see what's going on. I've always wanted to see inside that house. What floor plan do they have? Ooh, they're listed at 190. Well, shit, I could probably get 220 because my house looks way better than theirs, right? Like, that's what happens. So you think these people don't want to know what's going on in the village of Woodlake in terms of real estate and how much their house is worth? Of course they do. Like, this is a huge opportunity for you guys to think outside the box, bring some different strategies to your realtors. And guess what? This doesn't cost a dime, guys. This doesn't cost you a freaking dime. Just a little bit of creativity will allow you to bring a lot of value to these referral partners. So other insurance agents aren't having this conversation, guys. They're not thinking like this. They're not thinking outside the box. They're going in there. Now, what do you think is going to be more powerful? You go into an office and you sit down with a realtor and talk to them about your fucking replacement cost and your foundation endorsement, like they give a shit? Or do you think you might have a much better conversation if you bring a strategy up like this? Hell, use this as an example. Say, hey, here's an example that one of the guys that I work with is doing, and it's working really great for him and another agent. And this is kind of what I was thinking for you. I know that you talked a lot about marketing over to Castle Hill subdivision. Well, I think we could partner up and do some really creative things. Obviously, I want to be your insurance agent and get work with all of your buyers that you have. And part of that relationship is me doing everything that I can to help you grow your business and sell more listings, right? Like, that's a much better conversation to have. And you think he's going to walk away from that meeting remembering you over you going and bringing him your replacement cost policy checklist and your farmer's koozie and your pen that doesn't work 3 days later? Of course it is. So we're running out of time here, and there's the last thing I wasn't able to get to is Facebook leads, but we just can't do it and allow Q&A. So I was able to get to most of the topics here. Maybe Mike will set up a part 2, and we can dive into Facebook leads and look at some of the audience targeting measures and some of the things that we can do. We looked at that page on the California Real Estate United, how he can leverage that page, show you some of the audience insights and targeting measures and things like that. I'll just give you an example though. Here's a most of you guys know Woofu. If you don't, it's a forms deal. So I want to show you guys. See if I can get in here. All right, so this is a Texas homebuyer program that we're running for some leads that we're running for a loan officer here. Now, as an insurance agent, this is the type of stuff that I would do. Is I wouldn't go in there and talk to them about selling them a replacement cost policy, and I'll get you a binder really quick on a Saturday in 5 minutes, and take good care of your client. And then I want to help you grow your. I want to help you write some loans. Like, I want to help you grow your business. I've got 15 to 20 people a month coming through wanting to refi and wanting to buy homes. Can you handle that kind of volume? Because I'm looking for a heavy-hitting loan officer that can handle that kind of volume. In exchange, I just want an at-bat at all your clients. You're doing 10 loans a month. I'd like to get you to 20. Are you cool with that? Of course he is. And look at these leads. Like, here's somebody who wants to buy a home in the next 3 to 6 months. Here's somebody who wants to buy a home in the next 6 to 12 months. Here's somebody who wants to buy a home like right now, or who wants to refinance his home right now. That's a deal. He wants to refi. You want a refi client? Here we go. I got those all day long. Like, these are the types of strategies that you have to be able to come to the table with and bring some real value. I don't know if you know what $2,200 a month gets you, but that's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $400,000. Like, that's a huge deal. That's a big payday for that guy. So, like, not all these deals are right now, but there's some right now deals in here. There's some real big deals in here. There's some deals that are 6 months down the road and 12 months down the road. And then there's probably some trash in here too. But guess what? He's going to like you and remember you a hell of a lot more if you can bring this kind of value to the table over you saying, I can send you to a round of Top Golf, or I'll come by every Friday and feed your staff donuts, right? So that's that's a lot of what we're teaching, guys, in our strategies, in our mastermind. So if you haven't seen our mastermind group, go to agencyalliancemastermind.com and check that out. Like I said, we've got an awesome community here of agents. Well over 100 agents here, ready to work and strategize with you and help you grow your business, help you run some campaigns. In fact, just before this call, I was on a call with 50 what the hell's going on here with my connection? With 50 insurance agents who we were talking about this exact strategy, about how to generate more home buyer leads and how to generate listing leads. So that's, I want to invite you guys to check that out at agencyalliancemastermind.com, and we've got our insurance university, really affordable entry point at just $199 a month. We don't have any contracts or anything like that. So I don't want this to be a huge sales pitch for that. But guys, this is we can sit on these webinars all day long, but at the end of the day, those mastermind programs is really where you're going to get the secret sauce of really learning how to execute on these strategies and really take your agency to the next level. Not by chasing around shitty internet leads, but by actually working and building referral groups and dozens and dozens of lender referrals. And I would bet that here in this one campaign that, by the way, has only cost me $40 at 13 leads. I bet there's not anybody on this call who's referred out 13 deals all year, much less done that in the last 4 days. Like, when you can generate this level of leads, this amount of volume, you can foster as many relationships as you and your staff can handle referrals. I literally built my business on referrals using this strategy. So in our Agency Alliance, we work in depth with you on how to build these types of funnels, how to use these different strategies, how to get creative and think outside the box to really grow your agency. So what I want to do now is, we've got about 7 minutes. I want to respect your time as well. But I want to answer some questions for you guys. I'll open up the lines and answer any questions that you might have. I'll unmute you guys. If you've got a lot of background noise, if you would just mute yourself, I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to unmute you guys here, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Let's see. Mike, I just want to thank you, man. I unmuted you there. If you have anything that you'd like to say, I'd like you to invite you to go ahead and do that while I get everybody unmuted. I appreciate you having me on today and introducing me to the members of your group.
No, I appreciate it, Sean. I remember back in 2014, I had taken one of your courses, and just listening to you today in this short amount of time, I've gained a lot of value myself. Our Facebook group is basically learning strategies and kind of helping each other out. That's why I wanted to invite you. Just from my interactions with you through Facebook, a lot of little tips and tricks you give just freely. And so that's why I wanted to invite everybody, and I started talking to them because everybody on our group's asking, how to generate more leads and more value. So I figured you were the best person to go to invite everybody. I'm sure they got a lot of value.
I really appreciate that. So, guys, I've got all of your guys' info, and like I said, I did record this. I'm hoping that the quality came out okay, audio-wise. But what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to send you, in addition to the EdgeRank strategy, I'm going to send you guys a link that is that's going to attach you to this group. And I've got a couple of different programs that are out there. And it's because you came as an invite to Mike, you're gonna have a special discount there. We're gonna be able to give 5 of you guys a 30-day free trial to include Mike, just for having me here. So the first 5 people that respond to that, we're gonna give you 30 days absolutely free into our mastermind. We have 4 coaching calls a week in there, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and 2 calls on Thursdays. Just tons and tons of engagement. It just kind of lets you in on the inside and see what's going on there. And then for the rest of you guys that want to join into that mastermind group, we're going to give you 25% off for your first 90 days in the program. We don't have any contracts or anything like that. So that's going to let you get started as little as $149 a month, which is just crazy, crazy value for dozens and dozens of hours of content every month delivered to you, in addition to access to over 150 active insurance agents across multiple states. And like I said, tons of value on these calls, 4 coaching calls a week, so you'll get as much of the agency alliance as you possibly want, probably more than any one of you can handle. But we've got calls on every day through the week to fit your schedule, so whatever works best for you, you just hop in on that call. And then also invite you to have a conversation if you want to learn more about the program. You just respond to that email that I'm going to send you guys with the EdgeRank attachment. Say, hey, I want to learn some more. So you guys can join Mike here over the next 30 days. I didn't even tell Mike I was going to do that, but I just decided that it'd be a good thing to do. So I really appreciate you guys for having me, for listening. Hopefully you took some notes. Hopefully we covered a lot in a little bit of time. So hopefully this recording came out okay. The audio is not too bad, and we'll send this back to you guys, and guys kind of plug back through that and just kind of get creative and let the ideas, like, kind of think of some of the things that we talked about today, and think about how you might be able to use those strategies and leverage those in your agency. And just some of the stuff we talked about today, if you just went and had that conversation with some realtors and lenders, is going to put you light years in front of other people in your market. Because at the end of the day, man, if you look at the makeup of the average insurance agent, is like 48 years old, I think, in the U.S. They're probably been in the business for 8 to 10 years. They're riding a renewal train, and if you're hungry and ready to get innovative, there's a wealth of referrals that are sitting there waiting for you. I wrote over 100 items a month, 100% off referrals. I generated leads, not for my agency, but for my referral partners. That's really how I focus. Now, we teach you how to generate your own leads as an insurance agent, because a lot of people need that. And there is some time involved with building a relationship. It's not something like you sit down and have a conversation and all of a sudden they trust you with every client. So there is a little bit of a learning curve, and some time to build those relationships. I don't want to mislead you to think that you're just going to go out and have this conversation and people are going to beat down your doors. But it certainly does collapse the window of time that it would normally take with the traditional route of having coffee and listening to them. You give them your little elevator pitch and talk to them about your replacement costs and things like that, and then going and seeing them every Friday. You'll collapse that window of time, and you'll see some more immediate results with the referral partnerships, and you can bring this kind of value, and you can start generating leads. You can start demanding that they send people right away, and they'll start listening. So if there's any other questions, just let me know. Like I said, we're going to send you an email with a couple of resources to kind of dive a little further in depth on this, and then maybe, Mike, we can schedule a part 2 to finish up and get into some of the lead gen strategies that we didn't get time to, and some of the targeting measures, and show you some of the ads that we've had working that might be able to help you guys as well. Sound good? Oh, did I get you muted, Mike? Awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And just here in the next hour or so, you'll probably get an email from my office manager, Mike Woodson. He's going to send that out to you guys. And just let us know if you need anything from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.